A 17-year-old boy was home alone one night. Around 2 a.m., he heard someone call his name. The strange part was, the voice sounded exactly like his mother, but she wasn't home. This story was shared by a guy named Adrian. He said this happened when he was 17. His parents had gone out of town for a family emergency, and he was left alone at home for the night. He had stayed alone before, so this didn't really bother him. Before going to bed, he made sure all the doors were locked, windows were closed, and the house was completely empty. Around 1:30 a.m., he was still awake, watching videos on his phone. Eventually, he turned off the lights and tried to sleep. A few minutes later, he heard something, a soft sound, coming from the hallway. At first, he ignored it, thinking it was just the house settling. But then, he heard it again, this time clearer. A voice calling his name, Adrian. He froze. The voice sounded exactly like his mother, but he knew she wasn't home. He sat up in his bed and just listened. Everything went silent for a few seconds. Then again, Adrian, this time louder, coming from just outside his room. His heart started racing. He slowly got out of bed and walked toward his door, trying not to make any noise. He grabbed the handle and opened it just a little. The hallway was completely dark. No lights, no movement, nothing. He whispered, "Mom?" No response. He stepped out into the hallway and looked around. Still nothing. That's when he noticed something. The front door was slightly open. He was sure he had locked it earlier. A cold feeling ran down his spine. He slowly walked toward it and pushed it closed, locking it again. At this point, he was starting to feel really uneasy, so he went back to his room, closed the door, and locked it. He sat on his bed, holding his phone, trying to calm down. A few minutes passed. Nothing happened, and he started thinking, maybe it was just his imagination, until he heard it again. But this time, the voice wasn't outside anymore. It was inside his room, right behind him. Adrian. He didn't move. He couldn't. His whole body froze. He slowly turned his head. There was no one there, just his empty room, but he could feel it. Something was there, watching him. Then suddenly, his closet door made a soft creaking sound and slowly opened on its own. He stared at it, unable to move, and then, from inside the closet, he heard it, a whisper. "I've been waiting." At that point, he grabbed his phone and ran out of the room, straight out of the house, until he reached his neighbor's house. He stayed there the entire night. The next morning, when his parents came back, they checked the house. Everything looked normal. No signs of anyone breaking in, no open windows, nothing. But Adrian refused to sleep in that room again. And even now, years later, he says the part that scares him the most is not the voice, but how it sounded exactly like his mother